Mark and John, the Dad Podcast crew, sharing laughs, advice, and stories just for you. Mark and John, the dads you'll adore. Tune in for fun, there's always more. Parenting tips and some dad jokes too. Join the ride with Mark and John, it's all brand new. Mark and John, the dads you'll adore. Laughter and wisdom, come explore. So grab your headphones, don't miss the show. Mark and John, where good vibes flow.
Hello, good day, kia ora, and welcome to the podcast, Dads. I'm Mark.
And I'm John.
And welcome to our new podcast. 2 eggs on a table. One falls off, the other one says, "You okay?" I thought that was excellent, that joke, man.
Fucking get a rest. Go, carry on.
Anyway, welcome to our new show, the podcast, Dads. We just want to help. As men, we don't talk often enough, and John and I actually only met recently, and we started talking about the challenges we had, and we realised that they were the same, weren't they? Our challenges were the same, so we were like, why do we not do this more often? Why do we not talk about the challenges? Because, you know, John spoke about his, things that were going on in his life, and then I spoke about things that were going on in my life, and we help each other through. We actually helped each other through some difficult times in it, and some challenges, and we realised that we're all the same. And
definitely, yeah. And definitely, just now it's a time where more people are talking, so we're just looking to encourage that.
That's definitely. So we want to obviously try and help. We want to, obviously, the main thing is we want to relate to the masses. John and I live in New Zealand, so we've both immigrated to New Zealand. And that's massive. So, like, I grew up in poverty. I came from basically up like a little town called Paisley. And I lived in what's called, we would call a close or a tenement. And it's...
Is your daughter called that again?
She called it, what did she call it?
Apartment,
that's it. She called it an apartment. That sounds dead posh, man, but it's not posh, isn't it?
No, definitely not posh. Far
no,
from
it sounds like something from New York, but it's definitely New York down there. So.
Aye, Bronx. Oh, can I say that?
What, the Bronx? The Bronx is in New York, isn't it?
No, but I'm thinking I don't want to slander anybody.
Well, we're going to slander Paisley and Glasgow.
May as well we'll go in the world. We'll get everybody.
That's it. So anyway, we obviously want to. Our idea is that we want to talk. We want to share our story, and we also want to help everyone else. Like, we want to relate to the masses. We want to show that anyone can achieve anything. You can move out of the situation you're in. And like, when I grew up in Paisley and stuff like that, I didn't ever realise that I would be able to get to New Zealand, and I now own a business, and I never thought that I'd be able to own a business. And that'll bring us back to today's sponsor, who is Renovations Waikato. So what we do is we're a design and build company who do anything renovations in your home. So we can do extensions, garage conversions, kitchens, bathrooms, absolutely anything that you can do in your home, and we manage the whole process from start to finish, and you don't have to deal with any of the other trades. Come and speak to us if you want to do a renovation, and we'll help you out. So,
the Waikato area.
In the Waikato, yeah, we do the Waikato, but I mean, there's refreshes all over the world, so you're more than welcome to speak to them, and they'll be able to help you out. We do exactly the same process, and we're actually a big family as well, so so we can help you out. So thanks, Refresh, for today's sponsor.
No, thank you. Yep.
So what do you want to talk about, John?
Just basically, again, which is kind of more reaffirming what we're talking about today about
helping each other
out and stuff like that. Yeah, and just as you were saying there, like about talking and stuff like that. And as I said, I definitely do believe that we're in a times now where men are talking, not just men, but where people are opening up and realising that it is okay to talk. I think in the past there's been a lot of stigma around about people talking and worrying about maybe how they come across and stuff like that. But no, we want to just encourage people to talk because people think it's weak, but it's no. There's a lot of strength in it.
That's it, definitely there is, yeah.
A lot of strength in opening up, and again, it takes a bit of courage, and yeah, we just want to encourage that.
Well, you realise you're not in the fight alone, don't you? Because there's lots of situations where you think, I'm the only one dealing with this situation. And that's, again, we want to be relatable because we've loved a lot of, and that's what we're going to talk about in some future episodes, is where we came from, the situations we found ourselves in and how we got out of it. And hopefully that can relate to your situation as well. And if we talk about it, hopefully it will invite you to talk about it as well. And I was going to, as we're recording this, it's quite close to Halloween, so I was going to dress up as a camera for Halloween because everybody's scared of a camera, aren't they, John?
No, definitely not.
Petrify's the biggest, scariest thing in the world, a camera, isn't it?
I think it's for me, when you're with the camera as well, it makes it real. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can have a conversation and it's forgot about. But when it's on camera and it's been documented, you're putting yourself out there, and that's difficult in itself. But hopefully, seeing that me, that I'm not the most confident on camera, that's enough to give people confidence, because it is scary. But with the camera, for me, it's just putting yourself out there, and it's real, it's live, it's documented, it's there. It's out there as well, and that's a big worry for me.
That's weird, isn't it? It must be the vibes that the camera gives it, because like you think of what you're going to say, and then all of a sudden it must be like the waves that come in, it jumbles everything you say, and you go, I don't know.
I think as well, if something's important to you as well, and you want to make it work as well, there's a lot of pressure in that as well. But you got to think the message is bigger than my ego, bigger than my feelings and my feelings. So
No,
I'm doing it.
So that's again, it was just a light-hearted joke about the camera, because John and I are new to this. This is brand new to us. You know, we had to work on how we set this up and how we do it, and we obviously wanted to show, but it's going to be a podcast as well. You can listen to it and watch it. We're both putting ourselves out there, aren't we? Because we want to help. That's the idea of the podcast, is we want to help. And John and I have sat over the last 6-7 months talking about what we want to do and what we want to achieve with the podcast, and we want to be able to discuss everything like we've already said. But again, the biggest thing is like, because we grew up in poverty, we realised that you don't have any money, don't you? You know, you're in situations where you've got absolutely no money, and we can see it now. We're in a cost of living crisis. Like, when are we ever not in a cost of living crisis? It's just these people in Parliament just think they can make up a word in a sentence or that'll make it all better. But I mean, it doesn't go away for when you're living in poverty, and you know, you live this situation every day. But they don't. We did. We lived that situation, and you know, we couldn't afford the tools and the equipment and football boots and sportswear, and that's what we want to achieve with the podcast. So if we can get as much likes, shares, subscribes, and followings, and spread the word, and the more that you can interact with us, the more that we can give back, and that's what we want to do. We want to give back. We want to be able to, like, if this can go global, we want to be able to have the podcast dads contacts all over the world, where we can say, you know, like, say there's a club and you know, they've got a boy or a girl that needs some sports equipment, and we want to be able to help and say, look, we've got someone there that can help give, you know, the equipment, the boots, the pads, the gloves, and whatever that may be, to help get them into sport, because we were both in a situation where we couldn't afford the stuff and the equipment, and so we again, it's just about helping, again, talking about the problems that we faced, and then again, we want to help, and that's the idea of the podcast, is we want to help.
It's a big dream, but if you're going to have a dream, let it be big. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. And again, if it wasn't, I mean, John and I we've both moved to the other side of the world. It was a like at one point in my life, it was a dream, John. It was a dream, and I was like, oh, I want to move down under, and you know, like, you know, you look at Australia and New Zealand, and you're like, oh, what I love there, and I never actually believed I would be able to do it. But I set myself that goal, and I did it, and we're here, and we've just went from strength to strength, and if we can, we want to obviously help everyone as well. So if you want to understand how we got to New Zealand, we're going to discuss all that in the podcast. So we'll discuss the challenges that you face going through that whole process of immigrating, and what happens in your family and what happens outside your family, and the feelings that you've got, and hopefully we're going to get other people in our family to talk about how they felt, because we don't know really how they felt about us leaving. You get that whole, we actually don't know. We don't know realistically how they felt about us leaving as well, because it's difficult for them as well. And again, I'll talk about my family and the things that happened to me and stuff like that, and hopefully might relate and stuff like that. So.
Yep. So we'll talk about more of our goals as well. I'm quite happy with what we spoke about there.
So what other goals have we got, John, that you want to share?
For me personally, I've always had the kind of inclination to help, and I've never really had an avenue or known which way to turn. And for me, hopefully this is the way for me, and on a personal note, because and that's what I want the show to be. Just greatest gift and is helping in your time and just
giving. That's it. Giving back. You will want to give back, and for me, I coached kids football, and it was one of the most rewarding things I ever did. The thing that got me is there's a real political sense behind the scenes, which not annoyed and frustrated me, but coaching the kids was so rewarding. They come and they're enthusiastic, and you have a little carry on and a joke with them, and then but you can see them progressing. I coached the same boys for a couple of years, and then instances change, and I gave up the coaching. But then after either a year or 2 years, I went back and I coached the same boys, and I could see that they had changed, not for the better. But then I coached them again, and by the end of the season, we were back on fire again. And and when you're a player, it's different from being a coach. And this sort of stuff we'll talk about again is because as a football player, you look differently at stuff. But when you're a coach, people have no idea what coaches do. And that's, again, what John and I want to be. We want to actually be life coaches. We want to help you through stuff. And people always say, well, why do I need a life coach? Well, you need a life coach because Messi is the best football player in the world. He's got a coach. And, you've got Lydia Ko, who's
Ronaldo fan, sorry.
Well, no. You're a Ronaldo fan?
I admit Ronaldo's the best.
The baldy one or the...
No, the original, nah.
I prefer the original Ronaldo.
Oh, no. Anyway,
no. But anyway, so everybody needs a coach, like Lydia Ko as well. She's one of the greatest female golfers there is, and she's, got a coach, and Serena Williams, great tennis players, they've got coaches, and everybody needs a coach,
Just guidance, innit?
That's, and, and it's just refinement. I had a mate, I talked to my mate on the phone, and, he's very supportive of the show, and he's helped us along the way. And so Ronnie, I call him the guru, but we had a conversation on the phone, and the way to put it is, another part of the show is we called the podcast Dad simply because John and I both grew up without a dad. So we grew up without a dad, and we understand the challenges as well. So it wasn't just the financial challenges, it was the challenges are not having a dad as well.
And father figure.
That's what we're going to dive into as well. So we want people to understand why you act the way you do, and understand, because you feel you've got these feelings when you grow up without a dad, and everybody needs a dad. Everybody actually needs a dad and a mum, for that matter. You need both parents. And part of some of the stuff that Ronnie and I were talking about was, I had the analogy of everything's like a waterfall. you've got the water cascading down is your knowledge. So you pass your knowledge down. So you pass it down to your kids, and then they pass it down to their kids. But because we never had that with your dads, we had to generate that water flow ourselves. So we had to generate that water to be able to then know what we want to pass on the stuff that we've learned to hopefully people that are in a similar situation. So
Basically had to dig for it, didn't we?
we had to, that's it, right? We had to
dig it in.
dig for the gold. So
For rainwater,
you
find
know,
a rainwater source.
so like as the series continue, we're going to come back. So at the end of the series, we're going to have on Dr. Stephanie Wilson. So she's a forensic psychologist, and she's the daughter of my hero, Ronnie Wilson. And she's going to come and we're going to talk about all these things and the feelings and how we act the way we do. And
Why we think as well.
she'll talk us more about it at the end of the series, and hopefully get us to understand why we do, because we act out stuff, don't we? And we don't know we do it. Like one of the topics that we'll talk about is like, you know, like I was force fed as a kid. You know, I was force fed vegetables and that, and you kind of look at certain food because you know, like the experiences you had, and we want to show that there's other methods of doing stuff. You know, like you can't, like, these methods are all prehistoric. You know what I mean? These are
a lot of
old,
stuff.
and
It's just continuation from what they were known, and what we're trying to do now as well is kind of break that cycle as well and show that there is other ways. I mean,
aye. So we want to obviously show that there's other ways of doing things, and again, it's because it's learned behaviour in it, John. You learn from what you see monkey do in it, and
you think as well what you people think as well, because like sometimes as well you've got a voice in your head, but it's what you've been told when you're growing up, and what people are drilling into you as well. You kind of start to think that that's the way as well, and that's the truth, but it's not. Do you know what I mean? It's what you're saying. It's learned behaviour that people passing on what they think's right, but it's not right, and well, in certain situations anyway.
no, that's it. But I mean, there's like it's like anything in life. People say, "Oh, this is the way to do something," but there's no one way to do anything. There's lots of different ways to do it. And that's what you've got to have the experiences in life as to how you do something, how you do it a different way, and there's always someone else that will know something different, and that's just what we want to show as well. So, you know, like, you're more than welcome to, you know, email the show or leave a comment and talk about your experiences. If you've got a good dad joke, you know, the 2 eggs was a great start, wasn't it, John? No.
It's questionable.
So if you got some jokes, tell us. We want to try and make it light-hearted and stuff like that, and some fun, but we're going to talk about some real serious stuff as well. And
No, that's it.
so, you know, we hope to see you in future episodes, and, you know, we'll enjoy the conversation, and it's all real life stuff, so we're going to try and not edit it. So it has to be real. We want it to be real.
Real, raw.
We want it to be relatable, and we want to show you that this is real life. It's real life, and this is what we do. This is what we live every day, and this is the. So the follow up for this is, the next few episodes will be John and I interviewing each other and talking about our life experiences, and then we'll go further into that, and we'll go then further into how we got to New Zealand, blah blah blah. And
That's it. As you said, Mark, there is a lot of touchy subjects, and people are maybe
people have their opinions on them as
have their
well,
opinions,
and they'll look at them differently. And again, that's the whole idea of the podcast as well, is you tell us what you think, and you know, like I think one of my best strengths, John, is that if ever I get criticism, at the time I didn't like it. No one likes to get criticism, but when I get criticism, I always re-look at it, the situation, and go, well, actually, what could I have done better? I want to be the best version of myself I can be, especially even like in business and everything I've done. I've wanted to be the best. I want to be the best. Like, you can tell that now with the podcast, the setup, you know, because everything's, I want quality. It has to be quality. I want the best. And if there's another way of learning how to do it that I can make it better. And again, we want your feedback. Give us feedback on the show and the stuff, and tell us, because we want to be the best. We want to be the best at this. We want to be good at it, and it's you know like and that's one of my qualities. Is I want everything has to be quality.
Progression.
You know, that's I want to be I want to give good stuff, and so
100%. And as you said, like,
he's joking.
He's joking. No, I just want. I'm the same as you. I just want it to be the best as well, and just this is new for us as well, and I'm looking forward to kind of seeing the progression and about getting a wee bit more comfortable on camera, and hopefully there is a lot of interaction, and as much as we want to have a script and stuff like that as well, there may be times where we can maybe kind of go off topic and go back to what people are asking as well, comments and stuff like that.
Because we'll talk, like if there is something you want to talk about that we've spoke about, you know, we can try and go back and touch on that, and like it's hard because we're obviously going to improve. This is the beginning.
Day one, eh?
But we've done a few trials and we've tweaked stuff along the way and things like that, and
take the rod out my back and loosen up a bit.
That's it. And it's not like people don't realise how difficult it is to sit in front of a camera and talk, and it's dead easy. Like, well, you know, I know like Glasgow's different. People go to the pub and sit in the pub and stuff like that. But you know, like people go to the pub and they'll talk away, no problem. Stick a camera in their face and they're like, you know, like everybody loves Still Game, and that's what happened to Still Game to Winston, isn't it? Oh. So yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching. Again, like, follow, share, subscribe. And we hope to bring you, we'll obviously bring you more content, which we're going to try and put out 2 to 3 times a week. And if there's anything you want to see, then put it in the comments, write a comment, tell us what you think, tell us what you want us to talk about. If there's something in your life that's bothering you, let us know. And I know we're the podcast dads, so we're here to help.
Yep, definitely, and we'll try and give an honest answer and give our best.
We'll not try, but we'll give an honest answer, Joe.
We'll give an honest answer.
We'll be as honest as we can. So, and you know, we don't want to offend anyone. That's not the idea of it. We don't want to offend people, but we want to talk about real life stuff and
that's
how
what you're
it's
giving.
happened and
You're
stuff
giving
like
the
that,
truth,
so.
and sometimes the truth hurts. But the thing is, part of healing is knowing the truth and knowing how to get better.
That's it. Yeah, and again, that's coming back to what I said earlier about the, you know, like you get that criticism, and we're going to get lots of it. Obviously, we're going to get tons of it here. So, I mean, there's lots of people that are scared to do what we're doing because they're going to have to get criticism. So we understand. We understand we're going to get criticism. You know, we're putting ourselves out there for that. So,
that's it.
but again, you know, there's certain things in life that we want to do it. We want to help, and the only way of doing it is by doing what we're doing and opening myself up for that criticism. So.
That's it. As I said earlier, the topic and it's bigger than us. Do you mean? And it's bigger than anybody else's opinion in that sense, because getting people in a good place is more important than people giving criticism.
So anyway, we'll see you on the next one. And the end credits says thanks to Ronnie Wilson for writing the little tune, the little rhyme at the end. So we've put that into some music format. So thanks very much, Ronnie, for that. And you'll hear more of Ronnie Wilson's work in future episodes.
Yeah, a lot more input from Ronnie.
So thanks very much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
You'll be glad you watched John and Mark bubbling lads, uncomfortable around on the podcast dads, just watching smart lads, dedicated dads, real guys, frank guys, your life on storytelling guys, real living guys in conversation every other day, just watch them right up your alley, so bring a little ray of light into your day. I ain't ashamed to say I like them. John and Mark capture everyday challenges in a relaxed manner every other day, searching life stories, blood talking hellish feelings daily, exploring ugly living snakes of the world. It's a devious old world, the game of life worth exploring. Sweat dripping talk, awkward talk, life stories articulate in a sophisticated way, yet naive in an ordinary way. You'll be glad you watch John and Mark bubbling lads, uncomfortable around them. The
podcast dads, just watch some smart lads, dedicated dads, real guys, right guys, real life and storytelling guys, real living guys, in conversation every other day. Just watch them, right up your alley, so bring a little ray of light into your day. I ain't ashamed to say, I like them. Tell them all, capture everyday challenges in a relaxed manner every other day. Searching life stories, blood talking, hellish feelings daily, exploring ugly living snakes of the world. It's a devious old world, the game of life worth exploring. Sweat, dripping, talk, awkward talk, life stories articulate in a sophisticated way, yet naive in an ordinary way. Joel and Mark capture everyday challenges in a relaxed manner every other day. Searching life stories, blood talking, hellish feelings daily, exploring ugly living snakes of the world. It's a devious old world, the game of life worth exploring. Sweat, dripping, talk, awkward talk, life stories articulate in a sophisticated way, yet naive in an ordinary way.